Welcome to Exhibit, guys. We have the two most premium flagship smartphones from the Android ecosystem. Both are the future, both are the folding phones. Which one you should go for? Stick around to the end of the video because we'll tell you which one is the one for you. Both are premium, both are priced on the 1,60,000 mark, and both have all the bells and whistles that you need in today's proper foldable phone. Let's begin. First, a disclaimer: design is subjective, to each his own, but both of them are very gorgeous smartphones. There's very difficulty to choose which one to go for. Samsung Z Fold6 can actually stand tall in its own way, and the X Fold 3 Pro can actually stand tall in its own. So you can see it's very aerodynamic, and they both have carbon fiber materials on the hinges, and they look very premium, brushed metals. In fact, it's very durable also. Now, when you open these smartphones, Samsung would feel and look more compact, but that can also be a negative thing because the X Fold 3 Pro has more real estate. Even if you don't fold it, they have more real estate to use from, and that's something I like because, and it also gets a fingerprint sensor right in the middle of the screen, whereas in the Z Fold, the fingerprint is on the sidebar. So this is two practical differences on a day-to-day life. I would have liked if the Z Fold 6 had more real estate without opening, because in the day-to-day of operations, I've been living with both the smartphones for some time. You don't really want to open it all the time. You want to open it when you want to read a book, magazine, or you watch something. Now, there's something that you have to know about this, because the Samsung is IP48 rated and the Vivo is IPX rated. The X stands for dust. So basically, this is not too much of a dust resistant. Vivo is tightly about it. But the Samsung 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4 number, denotes the level of dust resistance in this, and it's more practical, more everyday use, because in case you are going out and everything, then dust is more handled better with the Samsung. Vivo also had no problems actually. I had in fact done an international trip, so I had no pattern whatsoever, but Samsung would be a shade better. Both have equal amount of water resistance, so which means you can live with it. But don't try going to the pool. That's never a good idea. Talking about the camera now. Now here I have a clear winner. Yes, Vivo X Fold 3 Pro wins hands down, because check yourself, the specs right here. This one, both have the main shooter as 50 megapixel, but the other shooters 64 megapixel. It really wins it. The lens is also periscope here in Vivo, which means your output is a little better. They also have some inbuilt filters, the 50mm filters. The camera samples are there. It really takes amazing portraits. I have loved it. However, the Z Fold 6 will not disappoint you. The AI in this is working very fine. The pictures and videos here are also very comparable. It's something that you will have to figure for yourself, because in terms of camera, if you are into hardcore photography or if you want a lot of processing power, then the Vivo has also given you a lot of that, but the Samsung with its AI actually matches it. Though the hardware in Vivo is better, but in terms of overall performance, you really can't call this underperformer. They both do the job very well. But yeah, if you see a spec-to-spec comparison, it's Vivo all the way, definitely. What do you have to say? Drop in the comments. Display. As I said, the Samsung is no narrower and the Vivo is actually more bigger. You see, this is the difference. You get one finger more in the Vivo, but it doesn't feel that big. If I have to personally give a verdict, I would give the Vivo a verdict because this feels more bigger and more practical, but this is also very compact. Now, the crease is actually a little bit visible in the Z Fold, whereas in the Vivo, it's not that visible. So in terms of display, these are the specs. They both have near level of specs. The Vivo came first, and they both are bright. They both have great amount of illumination. You will not have any kind of problem in viewing, in working, in terms of brightness. But in terms of real estate, that's going to be a personal take. Which one do you like? Now let's talk about the performance. In terms of performance, they both are the same. They both actually feel the same. In fact, they both run on Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and when we ran our series of tests including the Geekbench, Samsung did score better there, but that's almost like 99% or 97% in a test mark. So it's not really going to make too much difference in your day-to-day operations. In fact, no difference unless you are a hardcore gamer or a hardcore coder who wants to do all his live coding in the smartphone. That's, I don't think, is the plan. Vivo runs on the Fun Touch OS and the Samsung runs on the One UI. In terms of UI, I prefer the Samsung because it's more neat. Fun Touch OS sometimes gets very funny. Well, the future is AI. From now onwards, we'll have a dedicated section called AI. Samsung Z Fold6 has a lot more AI features, more seamlessly integrated than the Vivo. Vivo also has the AI features, but the call to search, circle to search, everything has been integrated very well with Samsung because Samsung has been working with Google exclusively. They're the first one to launch with the S24, which you've seen, and it's very practical. When you go out, language translation is very fast, very inept. So if you are someone who wants to really use AI features, this really does the job better. And in times to come, this will get better and better. Vivo is also not lagging behind, but they are more of a catch-up. They're more of a leader. So that's where the AI battle between the two works. And it's going to be difficult in the next part because now we have to conclude and pick one winner. So let's move to the conclusion. Now, which one to buy? It is a very difficult question. As you can see from all the comparison sheets that I've given you, which one will you pick is going to be totally depending on two more important factors. They both are standing tall till now and they both have everything going for it. But if you're someone who uses the Samsung other ecosystem, for example, the Samsung Galaxy 360 right here, if you're using this netbook or if you're using a Samsung Tab, and if you want to seamlessly connect with the desktop application, and Samsung has many applications which can actually interconnect just like the Apple ecosystem, then the Z Fold 6 is just the one for you because this feels more complete as an ecosystem, and this is something you buy more of a working experience because you're going to be doing notes, presentation, etc, etc. This will seamlessly connect with this in a more easier way. But if you're someone who doesn't care about the ecosystem, this will also connect with the Android ecosystem, and this will also connect with the Samsungs and the other devices of the Windows world except the Apple. But it will take you some time to get used to it. Then if you're someone who's going to use it more as a single phone, as a more opening the fold without the fold, and you don't care about so much about the brand value, then the Vivo makes more sense. Samsung is more of a brag factor as compared to Vivo. Vivo is also premium brand, but Samsung is Samsung, After Apple, they position themselves as the king of the Android ecosystem, and rightly so because all their products are very innovative and they're the first one to get in the Fold ecosystem. The Vivo has nailed it, but in terms of devices, they both are workhorses, they both are very powerful machines, and they both can actually stand on its own. So it all depends on which one do you choose for. I have lived with both of them actually at the same time, and for me to pick up something is going to be very difficult. It all depends on finally what's your working life going to be, and I leave on that. And I know I've not given a very clear verdict because clarity is sometimes confusing. So I'll leave you on that note, and I'll see you in the next one.